Well, everyone, the M2 iPad Air has just officially came out, and I wanted to hit on some of my favorite tricks and tips that you should definitely check out on this particular set of iPads. Now, one big thing to keep in mind, these iPads come out in two different sizes, an 11-inch model and a 13-inch model. So what I would recommend every single person to do, whether you have the 11-inch or 13-inch model, the best trick I can tell you or the best tip is to put a screen protector or some case on your particular iPad. You don't want to go and just have this thing already crack as soon as you buy it. You want to make sure it's in good condition for a long period of time. So what I recommend doing here is just making sure it's in good condition and just keeping it in as great of a condition as possible. So just put a case on it, put a screen protector on it, and that's probably one of the most important things I'd recommend doing, and then my favorite trick or tip that I'd recommend people to look into. Now, starting off, my favorite thing beyond that is probably with the lock screen. So within iPadOS 17, we have the capability of editing and customizing our lock screen. If you have one of these M2 iPads, what you can do is you can tap into the lock screen like this. You can hold down on an empty part of your particular lock screen, and you'll get into this panel. This is kind of new within iPadOS 16, although it was here in iOS 16. What we can do here is we can go and swipe to the side if we want to add or change our wallpaper. Or what we can do is we can click on the Customize button down here, and we can customize our existing wallpaper that we already have. So what we can do is we can tap on a specific portion of our display. So let's say we want to edit our lock screen. What we can do is we can go right into here, and we can just go and start customizing our lock screen as we normally would. So what this looks like is basically we'll have our add widgets panel right here. What we can do is we can click on the left side here if we want to add a widget to our home screen, which is brand new within iPadOS 17. So we can go through, let's say we want to add our batteries icon right here. Well, we can go ahead and add our batteries widget right there, right on side of our lock screen, which is so cool. So you can do this with a ton of different ones too, so you can kind of customize this whichever way you want to. Now what you can also do is right here, you can go and change the way the font and everything looks like for your particular iPad. So that is another really cool thing we have inside of this iPad as well. So we can go and customize the way we want our thing to look like. So let's say we want like our time to look like this or this or this, whatever. Well, we can choose whichever way you want to. And that's another awesome thing going on here. Same thing with the top time. We can tap on the top time right here and change the way that looks like as well, which is another very cool thing. At the bottom right, we have a few icons. We have this layered icon, so we can either add our depth effect or turn it off, depending on which way you want to do. But you can also go and click on this little option right here if you want to turn on light mode or dark mode or automatic. And that's another really cool thing. Whenever you're ready, you can just tap on the done corner at the very top. And that's a really cool thing that we have on us inside of our particular iPad. So it makes me very happy that we have this type of capability right here. Swiping up, it's our normal iPad as we normally would. But another cool thing is center stage. Another cool thing that we have inside of our iPads is actually center stage. So what center stage allows us to do, and you won't be able to see it here, I won't be able to demonstrate it that well, but basically if you're in a FaceTime call or whatever, you'll basically see at the very front, you'll have that center stage camera. It's an ultra-wide camera, and it will actually allow you to go through and basically just see, if you're like walking around or if you're inside of a frame, you'll basically see that type of stuff come like in. You'll be center stage in the center of the frame during your FaceTime call, which is so cool. So that's another very, very cool thing that we have going on for this particular device too. And it makes me very happy that we have this type of capability right here, hopping out of here. And that actually stemmed from the iPad 10 as well. So we have that on the iPad 9, 10, and all the other iPads that came out after that. Another cool thing within iPadOS 16 and iPadOS 17 that the iPad Air supports is editing sent iMessages, seeing all sorts of other iMessages in general if you want to, and even seeing recently deleted iMessages too. So if you're somebody who wants to utilize those types of features, if you have an iPhone that has it, it should be very, very happy, and you should know that this also is available on iPads as well, including the M2 iPad Air 6. Another big thing to keep in mind too is keeping your iPad as up to date as possible. You don't want to be in a situation where your iPad is completely outdated as soon as you buy it. And if you are already buying your particular iPad, there's already an update available for you. If you're watching this day one of you buying it, there's already an update available. So what I'd recommend doing here is going inside of your iPad settings, just like this. You want to go and click into your general settings, which is right here. So tap into general. And then what you want to do is you want to click on software update. So you want to click on software update, and there should already be an update available. Now I've just updated my particular iPad right now, but that is another big thing I'd recommend every single individual to do, is to go through here and update your iPad. And the reason for that is because those of you who are currently buying your iPad, you might actually see that you might be on the older version of iPad, even though this is a new version of an iPad. So you want to update to the latest version of iPad OS. Go right here, see what version you're on. If you're not on the latest one, click on here, click on software update, and you want to go and make sure you are on the most up-to-date version of software that your phone basically supports. So that's another big thing, or that your iPad supports. Another cool thing is the customizing aspect of your particular iPad as well. So if you come right down here too, you might want to screen record at some point of your particular iPad. You might want to do some things like that. And for some reason, the screen recording toggle is not already set up on your iPad. So I'd recommend doing is going into your settings again, clicking on the control center panel right here, and scrolling down into the side of your particular control center panel right there until you see that screen recording option. Now, like I said, when you see that screen recording option, you want to click on it and click the plus button next to it. But you can also click the plus button on all these other options as well. I'd probably recommend doing it for low power mode, maybe dark mode if you don't want to keep it on light mode all the time. Maybe some other options here too. I'd recommend you to kind of mess around with it. But these are the main ones I'd recommend you kind of getting used to. Silent mode, timer if you want to. But the big one is screen recording. The main reason for that is because for some reason, when you actually boot up your iPad for the first time, the screen recording toggle is not there. So I'd recommend going through just making sure you have that screen recording toggle there. And that's another big thing I'd recommend doing as well. Now, under multitasking and gestures, if you tap onto here, another big thing is the capability of Stage Manager. So these iPads actually do support Stage Manager, which is really cool. Now you can turn off multitasking if you want to. You can have split screen and slide over available as well, which I'd recommend doing, or you can have Stage Manager. Now Stage Manager is a little bit more intense. So if you want to, you can turn on Stage Manager. This is a new feature as well. So it says, with Stage Manager, you can create your ideal workspace and multitask with ease. Now, I personally prefer split screen multitasking, but this is also a very cool thing too. So you can turn on Stage Manager right here. And when you do that, basically, if you get into your multitasking panel, if you want to open up an app, and if you basically want to, you can swipe to the side just like this to get into Stage Manager. So if you want to, you can swipe to the side like this. And beyond that, you can just kind of swipe over like so. And you can open up an app like this, and you'll get into Stage Manager. So it's a very cool feature. It allows you to have a bunch of things, and if you want to, you can tap inside of a different app if you want to. Some of them support it, some of them don't. So you can see the camera basically does not support it, but a lot of applications do, and it is actually a really, really nice touch. It allows you to go and kind of edit things up if you want to. You can, use an application. Then when you want to go back to another app, you can go and open it up. Let's say I want to go into Photos. I can tap right into here, and it allows me to just get a glimpse of all the other applications that are currently available and that are open in the background. Now, I like it. I think it's a really cool feature. If you want to, you can just turn it off. If you want to, you can just go back into split screen. And if you go back into here, it's going to be disabled now. But that's another cool thing I'd recommend you to get used to. Some people swear by it, so that might be another thing you may want to kind of get used to as well. But you also have things like Start Pip automatically, productivity gestures, 4 and 5 finger gestures as well, and Shake to Undo. So I'd recommend just keeping those on if you really like it. Personally, for me, I like having those things on. But that is one cool thing that you have. Now you can also use this swipe finger from corner thing, and you can toggle this to do something. So if you swipe from the bottom left corner, you can set it to do something like quick notes or screenshot. And typically for some people, they may prefer just to be able to take a screenshot if they just go like this. So you can go and enable it like that too. And it's actually a really cool thing that you have the capability of doing here. So again, you don't have to do it if you don't want to, but that is another really cool thing that some people may actually see. You can delete the screenshot from there. And there's a lot of other options within your particular panel here as well. Another big thing I'd recommend doing for every single iPad Air M2 owner is to set up Touch ID and passcode. So I don't have one set up on here because it's not my actual iPad that I use. But what I'd recommend doing is you have a Touch ID sensor right in the side of your particular iPad. So what I would recommend doing for each individual person is to set up some sort of biometric technology here to go ahead and unlock your iPad via this method. So you can do this by going through and basically setting up your Touch ID sensor right here. You can type in a passcode if you want to. This one doesn't support Face ID, but I recommend either turning on your passcode or putting in a passcode. So I recommend either putting in your Touch ID or putting in a passcode, because that is going to be one of the easiest ways to go and fix this problem and kind of have some more of a secure iPad when it comes down to it. So ultimately, those are some of my most favorite tricks and tips that you should definitely check out inside of your particular M2 iPad Air. If you have any other thoughts or questions, please let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.